People should adopt more animals. It's never too late to save a life. So I recommend that every student in Colegio Nueva Granada consider adopting their next pet from the shelter. Because animals are getting put to sleep and are much cheaper. Your lives will be so much better. Adopt an animal today.
Children should have bookstore 5 days per week. Children can learn how to be independent by going to the bookstore 5 days per week. Children can learn how to spend their own money. This will help children to know how to subtract and add money all by themselves. Children will also learn how to be more responsible in spending their own money. One time I did not know how to subtract money. I was really confused. I asked the lady in the bookstore for help. She was kind enough to teach me how to check my change. Since then, I learned how to subtract money by myself. This made me much more independent.
Stop smoking. Did you ever wonder what happens to smokers? Well, I have come to know that it is important to stop smoking. People are dying because of smoking. It is very bad for your health. People should stop smoking.
Have you ever wondered why children come from vacation restless? Well, I have come to find out that if children have more than 2 months of vacation, they will be well rested and ready to work. They would learn more about their cultures, and there will be more time for Dr. Haberger to remodel the school. Children should have more vacation.
Children should be allowed to choose their seat at lunch. Many teachers don't realize the benefit children can gain by choosing their own seat at lunch. But I have come to know that this is important because if children are being bullied, they can go to a friend that can support them or even stop the bully. Children can also meet new friends and can catch up on assignments and studies they missed. Children should be allowed to choose their seat at lunch.
Children should have more library time. Children should have more library time to choose books that are just right for them. Once I was in the library and I went to ask Lina if she could recommend to me a book. When we were going to get the book, when Miss Avon arrived, and I was unable to see if the book was just right for me. I quickly chose a book that looked interesting by the cover. When I got to class and I had to I had the chance to see if the book was just right for me. Oh my goodness, again I thought to myself, a challenging book. I went to Miss Avon to see if I could go to the library, but she told me I didn't have time. I was a little depressed, a little upset, a little mad, because I've been looking for a good book. I had to read a book that I had read 100 million times.
Children should have less school days. Have you ever wondered why children come to school sad or not well rested? Well, I've come to know that it's because children aren't spending enough time with their families. Also, they're not getting enough sleep. It is important that they spend fewer hours in school. Children should have less school hours.
Children should stop playing video games. Children don't do their homework because they're playing video games too much. A friend that plays video games a lot doesn't do his homework. One day, our teacher told our class to take our math homework out. 10 seconds later, all the class had their math homework presented minus my friend's. He told the teacher he had forgotten it. Then the teacher asked him why he did not complete his homework. He was quiet. Then he was honest by saying, "I forgot it because I played video games excessively."
Children should have more recess. Many people think that having recess is not important, but I've come to a conclusion. Children should have more recess. If we don't have recess, we can be really tired when you go to class, but if you go to recess, you will be very energetic. Children should have more time to play.
Horseback riding lessons should be compulsory in all schools. Horseback riding lessons are good for your back because the saddle forces you to sit straight. I once had a curved back and everyone thought I was small. It made me feel very sad everyone was calling me small. It made me so sad I even wanted to cry. Since I went horseback riding, I look taller than before. Now no one says I'm small. Thanks to horseback riding. Horseback riding lessons will give you a better posture. Children should choose their seat during class. Children won't complain as much if they choose their seats. For example, when I was in 2nd grade, I was in a lesson and a boy from my class called out if he could change to another seat. The boy was upset because he could not change to another seat and had it interrupted the whole class. Also, if children could choose their seats, they wouldn't fight much about who they're sitting with. They would help their friends to become more attentive listeners.
Children should have fewer days of school. Have you ever wondered why children are tired in school? I come to know that children are so tired because they don't have enough breaks. If children have less school days, they will be calmer. They will concentrate more in class. Also, teachers can be more time to prepare their lessons. C&G should have less school days.
Pets should be allowed in school. Have you ever wondered why kids almost never concentrate in their work? I've come to know it is because they're always thinking about their pets. If children are allowed to take their pets to school, they can learn more about animals and how to be more responsible. And they will concentrate more in class. That is why pets should be allowed in school.
Children should have less school hours. Children need less school hours to complete their homework. For example, one time my sister attended skating lessons. When she came back, she rushed through her homework. She got all the incorrect answers. If she had more time to complete her homework, she would get a better grade. Maybe you can get late because of the traffic or even because you're reviewing something you didn't understand. If children have less school hours, they can review what they learned in school.
Children should have homework only 4 days per week. Children should have homework 4 days per week because it helps them to practice what was done in class. When I was in 3rd grade, I did not do my homework every day. One Friday, I got a test, and by not doing my homework, I failed. I was upset. I was mad. I was really, really mad. All the other children that did their homework got a better grade. Can you believe it? All the other children got a better grade. Since then, I started practicing at home daily. I'm doing much better on tests, quizzes, and in school.
4th grade should go on a cruise for 2 weeks. Children can learn about other people's cultures by going on a cruise to islands such as Bahamas, San Martin, and St. Thomas. Children would be more knowledgeable and be able to talk about other cultures. In St. Martin, they speak 2 different languages, Dutch and French. The language that they speak in Bahamas is English and a mix of other languages. In St. Thomas, they speak English and a mixed language. If children were able to visit these islands for 2 weeks, they would learn these languages and how the languages came about. This knowledge will help 4th grade in upper grades. This information could help you when you come back to the island and in a history test.
Each child should go on a skiing trip for a classroom without walls. We can learn science if children are taking on a skiing trip. In science, we can learn about the temperatures of the snow and what it's like when the sun comes out on a snowy day. We can also learn about new animals like coyotes in the forests and footprints of animals. We can also learn about new plants, trees, and seeds. We could compare the seeds in the forest to the ones we learn about in class. When I went to a ski trip, I saw a footprint from the lift. I thought it was a bear's footprint, but my dad told me it was a coyote's footprint. Since that day, I learned the shape of the footprints of animals.
More girls should play soccer to be healthier. For example, when I was in 2nd grade, I was in Miss Vanessa's class and I didn't play soccer. I didn't do any sport. One day I was sitting on my chair and I was red. I was coughing and I had fever. I was lazy to do whatever we were going to do. Miss Vanessa sent me to the nurse. Then I realized that if I'd play soccer, I'll be healthier. But it was too late to join the soccer classes. So I waited until 3rd grade to join the soccer team, and now I love that sport. I never got really sick again. I am healthier since playing soccer.
E10 should go to Jamaica with Miss Avon to learn about the different fruits that grow there and their seeds. We could cut open different fruits and observe their seeds. Since Jamaica is a tropical island, there are many different types of fruits. Most countries don't allow other fruits from different countries in their country. The class would also be able to taste fruits that only grow in tropical places and not in Bogota, like June plum and star apple. We could also plant seeds and observe how they grow in tropical places and see if they grow differently from Bogota. This would be a great educational trip.